Hey guys, first regardsman here, and today I'll be talking about a Combi Melta build for the tactical class in patch 11.2 Space Marine 2. Now the Combi Melta did get a buff in patch 11.0. The base damage of both the Melta portion and the bolt rifle portion did get increased by like 15%. It is pretty substantial. This weapon definitely feels better. I think you'd use like one or two more buffs, but overall, it's really not in that bad of a place. And the perk over here, Relentless Pursuit, also got buffed this patch after a gunstrike range damage increases by 25% for 10 seconds. This was previously a 5-second buff, but 10 seconds feels way better, and usually after a gun strike, you were like 2 feet in front of the enemy you parried, so great synergy here as well, because a Melta rifle portion of our Combi Melta will definitely take a great benefit from this. Now, for the perk tree on this, I do go all the way down the headshot perks first, because headshots are just the most important on the bolt weapons in general. It is way better to have the headshot perks, even tactical precision. It does lose you some damage on your Melta rifle portion, because the 10% damage decrease on non-headshot damage here does decrease the damage on your Melta portion. That really doesn't matter too much because the bolt portion is just more important for general damage anyways. So first up, I take the perk here, Headhunter, moving here into the perk Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots will deal 25% more damage. This 25% damage buff is substantial. Great perk here in pretty much every single bolt weapon in the game, though being below 30% HP on a tactical class is pretty bad. Like, that's pretty close to nuke territory. You are in one-shot territory, and that may get you killed. But luckily on the Combi Melta, we do have access to the perk over here, Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies rapid succession will restore your health by 10%. This is very easy to trigger, especially versus Chaos, because things like Cultists and Spore Mines are always in one-shot territory from a Combi Melta regardless of the damage, so really easy to trigger this perk on any Melta weapon. Next perk here is Fast Reload, moving here to the perk Able Reload. After using class ability, quick weapon instantly reloads. This perk is not super good in a Combi Melta. We pick it up here and move it to the next perk, Recoupment. Killing a major level or higher enemy with a headshot of this weapon restores 1 armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. And now drip-fed armor restore in this game is incredible, and this perk is no different. Moving down here into the perk Great Might, damage increases by 10% against terminus level enemies. And then I grab the perk here, Tactical Precision, for the reasons I previously mentioned, because headshot damage is by far the most important for general damage. And the final perks are Adamantine Grip, Rapid Health, into Headhunter. Moving down here into the perk Extend Magazine, and the final perk Divine Might for a flat 10% damage increase. That's pretty much all there is for the Combi Melta portion. Now, for the secondary, I still take Retribution's Bequest. Heavy Bolt Pistol Heroic variant is quite powerful in this game. The perk tree here with No Help is Coming, shooting enemy with the Elite Scream status effect stops from calling for reinforcements. Headshots will kill in one shot. This perk is great. Unfortunately, it is still bugged in patch 11.2 because body shots do not get stopped at all by this thing, which is really unfortunate because I'm pretty sure Saber's not going to patch this until like patch 12 and Tech Marine is out. But for now, being able to kill things in one headshot is still pretty good. Though versus Chaos, I would probably just take the Plasma Pistol instead for that reason, because Stagger is just more important. Now, for the overall perk tree, I would set up this way, where I go down Divine Might, down here to Perpetual Penetration, Increase Capacity, Extend Magazine, Death Strike, into Great Might, up here into Discipline, then I pick up Strong Finish, all the way down to Headhunter, Gunstrike Reload, and Tactical Precision, because I think this is the overall best setup for tactical, because we don't get the full benefit from able damage on a tactical class, because after using a class ability, damage increases by 20% for 10 seconds. This is really good on like Vanguard and Assault that use their class ability all the time, but the tactical has a really long cooldown aspects. So I really would just go down here instead, because you get more benefit from things like Discipline for 25% more damage on low ammo, and other things like Strong Finish into Headhunter, which is why I picked it up this way. That's pretty much all there is for the secondary here. Now, for the melee weapon, I do take the Relic here, Fencing Chainsword, because like I said before, we are taking the Relentless Pursuit perk here, so getting gun strikes is actually pretty beneficial for us. Now, not having Heightened Vigor can suck, and not having the range damage reduction of the block version can also suck, and a lack of armor restore is also pretty dangerous, but using this weapon is pretty fun, and a lot of players are simply way more comfortable with fencing in general, so really good for them. Now, for the perk tree, I still set it up the same way. I take the perk here, Perpetual Strength, moving here into the perk Swift Recovery. Heavy attacks restore 100% more contested health, applies to the following attacks: Quick Punch, Front Kick, Shoulder Bash, and Stomp. This just doubles your CHP recovery on heavy attacks. Really damn useful on this weapon, especially with the 9 speed here, because you get that CHP back endlessly off of this, so great synergy. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength, up here to Perpetual Strength for a flat 10% melee damage increase, and then I grab the perk here, Reverberating Impact for more Stomp area effect, into the perk Combined Onslaught, Heavy Onslaught, Full Throttle for the combo skip, and I finish it off with Minora's Slayer and Extremis Slayer. That's pretty much all there is for the melee weapon portion. Now for our perk tree, I just go all the way for damage on our Combi Melta, because the Combi Melta and really bolt weapons in general for Space Marine 2 just feel way better when you build damage on them for tactical, which is why I start off here with Balanced Distribution first. Your primary weapon deals 10% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 10% less damage. Now, losing 10% damage on your secondary weapon does kind of suck, but the fact that we have Aligned Aim here and Relentless Pursuit means we kind of make up for that with these 2 perks, so pretty easy to just pull off the damage there. Now, the next perk here is Relentless Pursuit. After a gun strike, range damage increases by 25% for 10 seconds. Already talked about this perk a little bit. Great perk now. Heightened Vigor may be safer because having no knockback on your parries will keep you alive and prevent stun locks, but I do enjoy this one a lot now, so I'm picking it up today. Next perk here is Emperor's Vengeance. This one just allows you to get back your Combi Melta ammo and your primary ammo all the time. Pretty much an ammo economy solver on any tactical build, so I pretty much always pick it up. And the next perk here is Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for all team members. Now, this perk is pretty damn good. Unfortunately, the perk up here, Secure Stockpile, is just so damn good that there's really no reason to take Aligned Aim pretty much ever unless you're building like I am for just like pure damage for fun. And this perk is like one of the best perks in the entire game, but we're not taking it here because I just prefer damage for the purposes of fun, so I took this one today. Now, next perk here is Vital Data. Scanning Extremis or Terminus level enemy restores your Auspex scans charged by 50%. This just gives you more Auspexes versus the enemies you want them against, which are Extremis and Terminus, so pretty much always pick this up. The perk down here, Priority Targeting, isn't terrible. Like, it is pretty decent. I just prefer this one for bosses and stuff like that. And the perk down here is not very good at all, outside like some very niche scenarios. Next perk here is Precise Calibration for the perk combo with Concentrated Fire. This one reads, enemies marked by Auspex scan take an additional 75% damage, but the Auspex scan radius is reduced by 25%. If you combine this perk with the perk Concentrated Fire for 120% damage bonus on top of that, and having your Auspex scan zone last 6% longer, you will have the best boss nuke damage enabler in the entire game. These 2 perks are so damn good for like a coordinated team, even by yourself. I just pretty much pick them up all the time now. Battle Focus is a very good perk, but I think this one fell off a little bit ever since they nerfed the effect to like actually take into consideration things like Concentrated Fire. Previously, Battle Focus would take a perk like Concentrated Fire into effect and give you this damage bonus here on top of the initial parry here, so that is no longer the case, which is why I just take these 2 perks instead. But if you want to take this one, it is still very good. A base Auspex scan is still quite powerful. I just think this one's a bit better for coordinated teams, and even for like boss nuking, which is usually the hardest part of this game anyways. Now, final perk here is Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant area effect damage in a 10-meter radius. Cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk overperforms all the time. The amount of value you get out of this perk is kind of insane. It is so much better than Signal Jammer and Marked for Death. If you were playing solo on tactical like I was for this run, you pretty much always take this because this will solve your horde clear in a lot of cases and save your life during boss fights and stuff like that. And a 90-second cooldown may sound like a tremendous amount of time, which it kind of is, but the value of this one is just totally worth taking, and blowing up Majora's, Extremis, and even bosses will just save your life. Now, for the Prestige perk tree, I take Acuity first because headshot damage is just the most important perk here for like 90% of builds on tactical. This is like a top 2 Prestige perk on this class anyways, you pretty much always pick it up. Next perk here, Skilled Supplier, and Reserve increases by 15%. This will affect your Combi Melta damage, and not your Combi Melta damage, it will affect your Combi Melta ammo reserves for both your secondary option and your primary option, so great perk here. And the final 2 perks are Resilience for Medicaid Sims, restoring 40% more HP, and Fortitude for a health increase of 15%. That prevents you from getting one shot. Definitely take this one as well. Like, if you're gonna take any 2, I would take Fortitude and Acuity for this build because they're just the most important, and Fortitude is probably the single most important since it prevents you from instantaneously dying. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Combi Melta feels pretty good now. Like I said before, it could use like 1 or 2 more buffs, but it is way better than it was on the launch of like patch 10, and it is a pretty decent weapon, and is totally viable for both Chaos and Tyranids for hard strats and the absolute operations. That's pretty much all I have to say in this one, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, take it easy. Here's some gameplay. Bye.
Fighting that over here, no sir. Especially with the storm vultures over there. Those are horrific. I need to do his AoE. Or not, or not. Or wait a second, hold on. Oh dear. Kind of rude. Okay. And there. We have to, so his gun is on his right arm, so as long as you kind of have him like this, it'd be more or less okay. Okay. That's the first hard part, mostly over. Oh my god, that fucking cultist grenade! That one cultist grenade knocked me. That's tragic. Actually tragic. Alright, now I think he's gonna kill him. That one called his name was so troll. Alright, now we gotta go this way. That's a pretty rough spot for a boss, but that's okay. I think we wouldn't have to use the I got the impact's clutch. Impact's always clutch. Also play around it as long as you guns fight them like this.
Turning against your brother's traitor. Rearming.
Ooh, crack grenades, that's pretty useful. Are you full on HD native or custom res? I mean, what the fuck does that even mean? Like for the stream? I just have this set to 1080p. I play in 1440p though. It might be lucky you can get another relic here. Oh, look at us. Have a blast. See, it knows you're tactical, you need it. Do and stims. Hey, we're back in business. We're back in business, gang.
Fresh munitions. Slay that sorcerer, brothers! Heresy, attention to this. Some target seeks to mobilize reinforcements. Eliminate it. Brace yourself, brothers! More are incoming! Changing magazine. The Emperor's will is done.
Emperor protects, Emperor provides for thank you, brothers.
Crack grenade out.
Ow.
Kill that foe. Summon
Oh, I need something. This actually be such a long animation too, it sucks.
reinforcements have heard the rally cry. Your miserable life ends in disgrace. Target is rallying reserve forces. Halt it! Activating all space advanced. Fresh magazine in.
I guess we'll take the Sanctified Wrath. Not like we have much of a choice.
The arch enemy are at our door.
Most of all, he snacks is true.
Only defeat.
The Emperor's a renowned snacker. But not a slacker.
I have eyes on a spearman. Urge the hell.
Rude.
Shattered its stone. We triumph over our malformed foe. Just death. Prospects deep scan ready. Swapping magazine.
Needs for reasoning and spatial awareness.
Considering this plan of theirs, I have my doubts.
Oh, into an extremis spawn, that actually sucks. That's actually just cruel what it just did to me.
Your Messiah has blessed you with an abundance of power. Perhaps in the machine god's infinite wisdom, they permit the transgression you're about to commit. Do not speak beyond your ken, engine seer. It does not take a Lucas to see this is an act of desperation.
Oh, that's just rude.
Cult servant.
I see why it gave me the second relic. Because I knew he was gonna do that shit to me later. Getting an Extremis spawn, they're both missile, all triple missile terminators. We had no Melta bomb either. Does suck. I just have to I have to remove them first. If I don't, we will. No way we're nuking out the boss fast enough.
Full specs prime.
Please die, please die. Alright, thank you. One. This is a pretty good area to kite, though. Alright, 5 shots on that.
Scan ready. Arm that fills with lies and action. Swapping magazine.
Alright, we're gonna go up here. We're gonna grab the Sanctified Wrath. Anything with stagger's good for us right now, so. Give us 5 Extremis for the first half of that boss fight. It's gonna mean. Alright, well. Please don't be sorcerers. Please don't be sorcerers. Okay, that's.
Swapping magazine.
Now, normally I would hate Enlightened Zangors, but I'd actually take that over the alternative right now.
Full specs prime. Full specs engaged. Well fought. We broke their ranks.
RNGFG, what's all this mean? I mean, RNG just random number generator. It's an age-old term in gaming, and really multiple games even. Poker. Have you played Deathwing Space Hulk? I have. It's been a long time, but I have played that game. That's gross. It's a really unlucky spawn. The worst spawn you can get in this game, beyond like actual like a disruptive enemy spawn of like triple bio wars, is to get an extremis spawn into a boss spawn. That is what cooks you.
That one calls for reinforcements. Just death for a retreat.
Alright, can I spin this in any reasonable amount of time here? They're gonna shoot their little things at me in a second. That was a god nade.
Swapping magazine.
Christmas news rise up. Game is on sale right now, it's true. This Founder channel, I gotta say thanks for the sharing the new build. I'm so far out of the loop on Space Marine 2. There was actually a lot in this game, surprisingly.
Target seeks to mobilize reinforcements. Eliminate. Fresh magazine in.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I couldn't hit its butt face, I'm sorry.
Stays with the servo pack. Heresy led you to this end. Rearming. Stays with the servo carriage. We have shattered its spirit. Stays with the servo carriage. Swapping magazine. Your miserable life ends in disgrace. Stays with the servo carriage.
Alright, now we can finally move it up here. This final portion's kind of terrifying on attack sometimes.
One stays with the servo carriage.
At least we'll have to spin it one more time after this. On that we go in.
All specs primed. The Emperor's will is done. Fresh magazine in. All specs tagged a scarab not terminate. inside as outside. Changing all specs, ready to scan.
Charging sequence initialized. 0.01% and rising. Delassa, we are almost there. What is your status?
The vessel is almost ready, Lieutenant.
Hold for our signal.
War gear acquired.
Delassa, transmitting targeting signal now.
I think that's the last word we're probably gonna
It is
get.
weak, but we have it. Lock target.
I probably like might get like one more extremis spawn. Besides that,
Close proximity to
I
target.
think we're okay.
Swapping magazine.
Reactor is primed for ignition. The vessel is ready. May this machine's service be forever remembered.
The Atreus is ready to taste vengeance once more.
Lock target now.
Routing signal data to telemetry systems. Numerous errors detected due to signal interference. Calculating trajectory.
That sucked, but it's over. I can see it was clean, but
Mission accomplished.
multi-melt is pretty good. I mean, Combi Melta, pretty good for that. For staggering the Chaos guys. Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol, probably not the best choice I ever made taking that into that, but the gun strike damage is nice. Play Vanguard at all? I play all the classes. Probably have hundreds of hours on every class in this game at this point. Let's see what we got. And 59,000 range and 29 extremis in that. That was a hard one. Probably gave me 2 relics. That's how the cookie crumbles.